See, actually, the temporary names for the newly discovered elements so are given like this. See, actually, for element 101, whose atomic number, whose atomic number is whose atomic number is 101. So the temporary name is anium UNU. Okay. So, and after the after the inquiry of the discoverer, so the element was given the name, actual name, permanent name, official IUPAC name, or else permanent name is Mendelevium, and its a permanent symbol is MD. Element 102, whose atomic number is 102, it is called as annilbium. Actually, see, look here, this name annilbium. So here two eyes are coming. So actually it should be corrected and it should be shortened. So here remove one eye. So remove one eye. So like this we have to write the name. So don't write two eyes. Okay, annilbium, UNB. Its a symbol is, it is temporary symbol, and this is permanent symbol, and this is a permanent name to this element 102. So nobelium. So here the correction is made, and here also correction is needed. See, 103 nil trium. So two eyes are coming. So only one eye should be used here. Only one eye should be used here. So hence corrected. So its a temporary symbol is nil trium, UNT, and its a permanent name is larynxium. The permanent name given to the element whose atomic number is 103 is larynxium, and its permanent symbol is LR. So these are all permanent symbols. These are the permanent names, and these are the temporary names to these elements, and these are the atomic numbers of the newly discovered elements. Okay, so like this. For 104, annilquadium, UNQ, and it is called as Rutherfordium, and its permanent symbol is RF. For element 109, so it is called as annilenium. So this is the temporary name. UN is the symbol, temporary symbol, and meitnerium is the permanent symbol as a permanent name, and MT is the permanent symbol for the element 109. So 110, it is so like this. So the temporary symbols and temporary names should be given. So I didn't write. So based on the root words, we can write the names here also. Okay, simply I have given the symbols, temporary symbols, and these are the permanent names. So here these names are mentioned. Many of these names are not mentioned in the books. So just you note it and you practice the names. So Dermastadium 100, so DS. 111 Röntgenium RG. 112 Copernicium CN. 113 Nihonium NH. Okay, for 114 the permanent name is Flerovium. Okay, symbol is FL. So 115 the permanent name is Moscovium, symbol is MC. Okay, Moscovium, VIUM. Livermorium, LV. Okay, Livermorium, LV. Next, Tennessine, TS, Aganesson, OG. So like this, the naming of elements were given. See, one more thing we have to learn. So official name, official IUPAC name. So this name should be approved by CNIC. CNIC. What is CNIC? CNIC stands for Commission on Nomenclature of Inorganic Chemistry. Commission on Nomenclature of Inorganic Chemistry. So this commission, so this is a commission, this is an agency. So this agency should approve this agency should finally approve the official IUPAC name also. So if this agency is if it does not approve this official IUPAC name, then these names also should not be used. So all these names, so they have got permission from CNIC, Commission on Nomenclature of Inorganic Chemistry, has approved these names. Hence we are using these names. Okay, so that is why we are using these names. If this CNIC if it does not approve, then we cannot use these names. So like this, the naming of elements, so above 100, it is like this, and official IUPAC name, so it to be announced for certain elements. I mean all the 118 elements, so the official IUPAC name is announced. Okay, so recently elements like 113, okay, 115, 117, 118, so these elements were the names of these elements were recently approved. Okay, right. Next we will learn about the electronic configuration. So naming of elements is finished. Now we will learn about the electronic configuration. What is electronic configuration? Electronic configuration is nothing but the systematic arrangement of electrons, into various atomic orbitals, okay, of an atom is said to be electronic configuration of that atom. Okay, so in order to write the electronic configuration, so it requires the order of atomic orbitals. So what is the order of atomic orbitals? So the order of atomic orbitals, what order? Increasing order, energy increasing order of atomic orbitals. So energy increasing order of atomic orbitals, we should know. Okay, so if unless until we know the energy increasing order of atomic orbitals, we cannot write the electronic configuration. So in order to know the energy increasing order of atomic orbitals, we can take the help of Euler's diagram. So already we know that first orbit. So actually in an atom, nucleus, orbits, these are all orbits. Inside the orbits you will find suborbits, and inside the suborbits we will find orbitals, and inside the orbitals what do you find? Electrons. So that means atom contain orbits, contain suborbits. How many types of suborbits are there? S suborbit, P suborbit, D suborbit, and F suborbits. Orbits contains what? Orbitals. And these orbitals contain what? Electrons. So like this, the location of the electrons in an atom can be identified. So this is said to be the address of electrons. So inside the atom there are orbits, and inside the orbit there are suborbits, and inside the suborbit there are orbitals, and inside the orbitals the electrons are present. So how to write Molecular diagram? So already we know that first orbit contain only S, second orbit contain S and P, third orbit contain S, P, D, fourth orbit contain S, P, D, F, and fourth orbit onwards you will find S, P, D, F, like this. So now the orbit, these are said to be suborbits, S, P, D, F, suborbits. So the suborbit belong to first orbit is said to be 1s suborbit, and this is 2s suborbit, 3s suborbit, 4s suborbit, 5s suborbit. Okay, so here the p suborbit of second orbit is said to be 2p, it is 3p, it is said to be 4p, and it is said to be 5p. Okay, in the same way, so d suborbit 3d, it starts from third orbit, d suborbit starts from third orbit. Okay, so next 4d, next 5d, next f suborbit starts from fourth orbit, 4f, 5f, and so on. So to write the Molecular diagram, we will take the help of this one. So that means in first orbit you will find only 1s, in first orbit you will find only 1s, and in second orbit you will find 2s as well as 2p, 2s and 2p. In third orbit you will find 3s, 3p and 3d, fourth orbit 4s, 4p, 4d, and even 4f is present. In fifth orbit 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f. In sixth orbit 6s, 6p, 6d, 6f is not there because scientists they didn't discover so far. So I am not writing 6f. Okay, because 6f is not discovered so far. Next is seventh orbit 7s, 7p, and even 7d is also not discovered. So 7s, 7p, and 8s. So these are all the different suborbits present belong to different orbits. So now I will write all these suborbits according to energy increasing order of atomic orbitals, or else atomic orbitals, or else suborbits or atomic orbitals, suborbits. So which out of several suborbits, which orbit is having least energy? 1s. After 1s, the higher energy orbital is suborbit is 2s, and after 2s the higher energy suborbit is 2p, and after 2p it is 3s, and after 3s it is 3p, and after 3p it is 4s, not 3d. After 3p the higher energy orbit is 4s, and after 4s only 3d will come. Okay, so that can be known by simply striking off with the help of arrows. We will strike off. So arrow will start from here and will strike the 1s orbital first. So 1s is covered, 1s suborbit is covered first, and after this one, so continue this arrow from here. So what is covered next? After 1s, 2s is covered. That means after 1s, 2s is the higher energy suborbit, and after 2s again start from here the arrow. Start the arrow from here. So now which one is covered after 2s? 2p is covered, and after 2p 3s is covered. So that means after 2s 2p is covered, and after 2p which is covered 3s is covered, and after 3s what is covered? After 3s 3p is covered, and after 3p 4s is covered. Listen, so after 3p 3d is not covered. Which one is covered? 4s is covered. So that means after 3s we have to write 3p, and after 3p we have to write 4s, and after 4s only 3d will come. So after this one again the arrow will start from here. After 4s the arrow will start from 3d. So this is the energy increasing order. So which one is having more energy? 4s or 3d? Which one is having more energy? 4s is having less energy and 3d is having more energy. Hence, after 4s only we have to write 3d. Okay. And after 3d what? 4p. After 3d, the more energy suborbit is 4p. And after 4p, the more energy suborbit is 5s. After 4p, the more energy suborbit is, it is 5s. Okay. After 5s, so which suborbit is covered? After 5s, again it starts from here. So that means after 5s, 4d is covered. 4d, and after 4d, it is 5p, and after 5p it is 6s, and after 6s it is what? 4f. After 6s, so 4f is covered. So 4f is having more energy than 6s, and 6s is having more energy than 5p. And after 4f, the higher energy or suborbit is 5d, and after 5d it is 6p, and after 6p it is 7s, and 7s, okay, 7s, and after 7s it is 7p, and so on. So like this, the energy of the suborbits are written. So if you know the energy increasing order of suborbits, then only we can write the electronic configuration. Okay, so now, so I'm rubbing it off. So this order is brought from this Moeller diagram. So this is said to be Moeller diagram. Okay, so finally we have to cover like this. See, look here. So these first two arrows, only one suborbit is covered, and the next two arrows, two suborbits are covered, and in the next two arrows, three suborbits are covered. Okay, every two arrows, so one suborbit is increased. So for the first two orbits, only one suborbit is present. Next two suborbits are present in each arrow. Next two arrows, three suborbits are covered, and in the next two arrows, four suborbits are covered. So like this. So remember how to write the Moeller diagram, how to draw the Moeller diagram. So now, after drawing the Moeller diagram, so with the help of this Moeller diagram, so this arrangement of suborbits can be obtained. Okay, right. So I am rubbing this Moeller diagram also, because so this is the thing what we want. So this is the thing what we need. So after getting this arrangement of suborbits, now we will write the electronic configuration. For example, take atomic number 1. What is the element with atomic number 1? Hydrogen. How many electrons it contains? Only one electron is present. So where does this electron enter? So that electron enters always into lowest available suborbit. So what is the lowest available suborbit? Lowest energy suborbit is 1s. So that means, so in hydrogen, so only one electron is present, and that too in 1s suborbit. Hence this is called as electronic configuration or electronic arrangement. Electronic configuration or electronic arrangement. So what is the electronic configuration of hydrogen means? 1s1. So it is having only one electron, and that electron is present in s. Next element is helium. Okay, so how many electrons are present in helium? 2 electrons are present. So if 2 electrons are present, even the second electron is also possible in the 1s only, because s always contain maximum 2 electrons. So hence one more electron is possible in 1s. Hence the helium electronic configuration is 1s2. Next element is lithium. It contains how many electrons? 3 electrons. Okay, 3 electrons. So if 3 electrons are present, so how to write those 3 electrons? So here one is it can contain only 2 electrons maximum. So where does the third electron will go? Third electron will go into the next higher energy suborbit. So what is the next higher energy suborbit? 1s. After 1s it is 2s. So that means into 2s the next remaining electron will enter. Okay, so next element is beryllium. Okay, 4 electrons. So 1s2 and here 2s, that means the fourth electron. So the fourth electron also will enter into 2s because S has 2 electron capacity, hence it can take 2 electrons. Now boron, in boron 5 electrons are present. So with 4 electrons these two suborbits are filled. 1s2, 2s2, 4 electrons are filled, but one more electron is left over. So where does this electron will enter? So this electron will enter into 2p. So after 2s 2p is present. So hence 2p, in 2p one electron is present. So in carbon 6 electrons are present. So its configuration is 2s2, 2p6, 2p2, 2p2, and in nitrogen it is 7 electrons, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So because P can contain maximum 6 electrons, so up to 6 electrons we can fill in P. So up to neon, so which contain 10 electrons, so its configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So we have to count the number of electrons. So this here it is said to be superscript. Superscript means if you write anything above the as a powers, okay, so the powers are said to be superscripts. So here you count the number of these powers. So here 2 plus 2 plus 6, so altogether 10. So it should match with the number of electrons. Okay, these 10 electrons are arranged in this fashion. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Okay, next sodium. Next element is sodium. So how to write sodium? So it is having 11 electrons. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. See, after 2p6 is filled, because 2p can contains only maximum 6 electrons. So the next electron will enter into 3s. See, after 2p, so it is 3s. So after 2p the higher energy or suborbit is 3s. Hence the next electron, the 11th electron will enter into 3s. Okay, like this electron configuration we can write. See, look here, from lithium onwards, so the electron can so this is very expanded electronic configuration. So we can condense, we can short down the writing of this electronic configuration like this. So for helium is a inert gas. So inert gas, so here we have to choose the inert gas configuration to write these elements. So which inert gas configuration? So lithium. So lithium, it is included 1s2. That means 1s2. Instead of writing 1s2, I can write helium in the bracket, because 1s2 is the configuration of nearest inert gas, helium. So instead of writing 1s2, I can write helium, and the remaining thing I can write like this. So this is said to be condensed electronic configuration. So what is the condensed electronic configuration of beryllium? The condensed electronic configuration of beryllium is written like this: helium, 2s2. So what is the condensed electronic configuration of nitrogen? So it is written as helium, 2s2, 2p3. So from here onwards, that condensed electronic configuration works good, because neon is the next inert gas, and its configuration is this. So after for the elements after neon, so we can use the condensed electronic configuration of neon. So here we should not use the condensed electronic configuration of helium, because So here, because before this, before sodium, the nearest noble gas, inert gas is neon only, not helium. So nearest noble gas to sodium is neon. Hence we have to use this configuration. So instead of this configuration, that means up to this part we can eliminate, and we can write neon. Okay, so if you write a Ne symbol in the bracket, so it indicates the electronic configuration up to here, and simply we can write a 3s1. So this is said to be expanded configuration. This is expanded electronic configuration. Okay, and this is said to be condensed electronic configuration. Condensed electronic configuration of sodium is this one. So condensed electronic configuration will save the space. It will save the space. Okay. Next element is magnesium. Next element is magnesium. It is having 12 electrons, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Okay. So how many electrons are covered? Only 10 electrons are covered. So next one is 3s. In 3s 2 electrons are present. So like this. So can I write the condensed electronic configuration for magnesium? So I can write like this. So neon, the nearest inert gas is neon. The nearest inert gas for magnesium is neon. Hence neon configuration. What is the neon configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So instead of writing 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, simply I will write Ne and put it in the bracket, and 3s2. So this is said to be the condensed electronic configuration of magnesium. Okay. So for chlorine, what is the condensed electronic configuration? So it is having 17 electrons. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. This is the expanded electronic configuration. So I want to write condensed electronic configuration. So I can write like this, neon. After writing neon, so that means till here we can eliminate, and here this we have to write the electronic configuration of outermost orbit. So we can write, and the inner orbits, they are represented with Ne. Okay, now what is the next element after chlorine? It is argon. The next element after chlorine is argon. It is having 18 electrons. So its configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Okay, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Okay, it's inert gas. See, look here, I can write the condensed electronic configuration for argon. So like this. So up to here it is neon. So I can write like this, neon. So instead of this one, I can eliminate this one, and argon condensed electronic configuration can be written like this: Ne 3s2, 3p6. For neon also I can write like this: helium. Okay, helium 2s2, 2p6, 2s2, 2s2, 2p6. So like this I can write. So like this. Now let us take element calcium. So how many electrons are there? 20 electrons are present in calcium. 20 electrons. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Okay, after 3p, so it is 4s. So that means 4s2. After 3p we should not write 3d, because after 3p 4s is the lower energy suborbit, and only after 4s we have to write 3d. Okay, so before 3d 4s should come. So like that means in calcium 20 electrons are there. So if you count 20 electrons, so it is filled up to 4s only. Okay, so I can write the condensed electronic configuration up to here. It is the configuration of argon, 18 electrons. 18 electrons. So I can write like this, argon. So okay, and 4s2, argon and 4s2. See, this is the outermost orbit. 4s2 is the outermost orbit. So s orbit is having only 2 electrons. So like this. Okay, next to chromium. I'll write chromium. So other elements I'm simply skipping off. See, chromium, its atomic number is 24. 24 electrons are present. So its configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. After 4s, so here up to here only 20 electrons are filled, but 24 electrons are present in chromium. So up to 4s only 20 electrons are filled. Then 4 more electrons we have to fill. So those 4 electrons will enter into 3d. After 4s, 3d will come. So 3d contains 4 electrons. Okay, got it. Now here argon, till here we can write argon. The configuration can be written like this: argon, 4s2, 3d4, 4s2, 3d4. But experiments are saying that this configuration is incorrect configuration. This configuration is incorrect configuration. Experiments are saying that chromium should contain the configuration 4s1, 3d5. So this is the correct configuration. So remember chromium. So there is a exception in its configuration. That means there is a fault in this configuration. So experiments are proving that this configuration is wrong and this configuration is correct. Why? What is the reason for the correctness of this configuration and this configuration is wrong? So in order to know the reason, so we have to know the Hund's rule. Hund's rule. Hund's rule. What is Hund's rule? Hund's rule. Hund's rule says that there are two types of orbitals. What are they? Stable orbitals. Stable orbitals, or simply three types of orbitals. One is partially filled orbitals. Partially filled orbitals. Partially filled orbitals. Next one, half filled orbitals.